And very likely to be a deleted live stream, but if you happen to be here, thank you. All right, start off on a slow blues in E. Now I'm gonna get Big Boy Hogan's to come down and dig your grave. Come bring me my pick and shovel so I can chunk dirt in your face. I'll be right down at your burying. Riding around my V8 Ford. Well, you think you're so hot, darling, well, ooh, Lord, I declare you don't know. Now when you're drawing your insurance, better make it sick and accident too. Keep on fucking around with me, something might happen to you, and I'll be right down at your burying. Riding around my V8 Ford. Now when you're drawing your insurance, you better make that sick an accident too. Keep on fucking around with me, something might happen to you, and I'll be right down at your burial. Riding round my V8 Ford. The doctor think I'm gonna get the Undertaker too. All three of us be waiting to see what did become of you, and I'll be right down at your burial. Be riding round my beautiful. Well, you think you're so wide down, well, Lord, I declare you don't know. Is the sound okay? Can you guys actually hear anything? Okay, we have Kalen. What's going on? Rakes Boys. Thank you, brother. Chastity Zorns, hello, how are you doing tonight? Kaylin says this is underrated. Well, thank you. Can you, Charlie Loves Lego says, can you please sing Beans by Kurt Cobain next? I'm sorry, I do not know that one. Kilgore Trout in here, okay, that's one of the regulars. I'm gonna do Crawling King Snake next. I've been kind of trying to revive that. A lot of times if you don't, you find a song you like and you get to work on it and you do it, justice, but then you just forget about it. I've been really needing to make a list of songs that I feel good about, songs that I want to play. It's just when it comes to blues, you just keep finding these little diamonds in the rough everywhere that it's hard to keep track of them all. I really should. Oh, this is awesome. Black Soldier asks, what's that thing you're playing? Sounds interesting. It's a harmonica, my friend. I bet you didn't know a harmonica could sound like that, did you? It's a harmonica hooked up to a microphone that goes into a guitar amplifier. I'm just saying this for the benefit of anyone who doesn't normally watch my channel. That's what this is. Just a regular old harmonica. Well, a very high quality German harmonica, but just a regular harmonica plugged into a microphone. Tucker Loudermilk, Jesus Christ, I can hear the echo on this. Tucker Loudermilk says, Jesus loves you all. Well, Tucker, I sure hope you're right. I really sure hope you're right. Kaylin asks, cat or dog? I like both. Although I just got a cat recently for the first time. That's been very interesting. And Black Soldier says, nice. Looked like a foam to me. Yeah. Shaka. I don't know what that means, Kaylin, but cheers. Here's my Marine Band. I was playing the deluxe and I could sort of feel that delay a little bit, so I'm going to switch to the regular Marine Band in A. Take a little crack at Crawling King Snake here. Where are we? There we are. Well, I'm the crawling king snake, and I roll my dance. Crawling king snake, and I roll my dance. You better give me what I want. Gonna crawl no more. We have Keek Trenko. He says so, S-O-O. I'm quite sure what you're trying to get at there. I have a less than ideal Marine Band in A and the Marine Band Deluxe, and I can't tell which is better, to be honest. Okay, let's go to the backing tracks here. I did have a couple songs I wanted to run through, particularly on the key of D, and trying to make friends with the D harp as best as I can. It's not, how come sometimes it wants to focus and then other times it just won't? I don't know. Let's see, what have I been working on here? Some blues in A, really. A lot of blues in A. Okay. just on down the line. My life, babe, keeps me worrying all the time. But I just keep on speeding. Fast life is a goddamn crime. Trouble won't let me keep my rent. I said trouble won't let me. I said trouble won't let me keep my rent. I lay in my bed shaking, soaking wet with sweat. Drinking right good whiskey and we're snorting good cocaine. I'm always getting in trouble. I think I'm going insane. My life, babe, keeps me worrying all the time. But I just keep on speeding. Fast life is a goddamn crime. Ooh. I'm tired of the fast life. That fast life is gonna bring you down. Well, I'm tired of that fast life. The fast life is gonna bring you down. When I'm always on that little hustle, running around all over town. I'm always trying to find a Texas Shuffle in A for that song, and I can't. So if anyone knows where I can get one, it's like the Stevie Ray Vaughan Texas Shuffle. It goes like this. It's like, hang on. I'm looking for a shuffle in the key of A that goes like this for my backing track. Maybe that'd be better if I demonstrate on guitar. This is what I'm looking for. I really need a backing track with a Texas Shuffle in the key of A, sounding a little something like... Now, I'm not much of a guitar player, but if you're a musician and you like blues, you know what I mean. Where can I find one of those? Because you'd think it'd be easy. It's one of the most classic shuffles of all time, and I just can't find it anywhere. I would love a backing track in the key of A with a Texas Shuffle like that, because you can do so many great songs with a Texas Shuffle in the key of A. You can do Mike Bloomfield. I don't know what the song's called, but it's the one that's like, "Don't Say I Ain't Your Man." That's a great one. Then you can also do the one that we just did right now. That's supposed to be on a Texas Shuffle in A, but I'm just using a Chicago Shuffle because I couldn't find anything better. It's still 12 bars, so the whole thing, still fits together, but it's less than ideal. Kilgore Trout. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I had seen you in here, but I've seen you in the comments. I know that for sure. Reincarnation vibes. I hope that's good. Diddy's in the chat. He asks, does it clap? Thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, I have been trying to find something along those lines. What else have I been working on here? Oh, this is good. I found a really cool Junior Wells backing track last night for C harmonica. So if you're a beginner and you only have your C, this will be a good one for you. This is actually a great backing track. Here we go. It's called Early in the Morning. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the timing on this. that one. Now when a girl reached the age of 24, begin to think she's grown. Well, now that's that kind of little girl you can never find at home. She told me come see her early in the morning, baby, about the break of day. Well, you ought to seen me hug my pillow. Well, my baby, she used to lay 2 drinks of wine, ha, and 1 drink of gin. A pretty young girl put me in the shape I'm in. She told me come see her early in the morning, baby, about the break of day. And I ought to see me hug my pillow. Well, my baby used to lay You know, I just started listening to that Junior Wells album, the Hoodoo Man Blues. You know, I really overlooked that one when I was first learning harp a few years ago. I just kind of took one look at it, or one look. I took one listen to it, and I was like, all right. But then the other day, I went back and I listened to that album beginning to end. Well, that's not true. I started it about halfway through, but then I let it loop over, you know, because I keep my thing on the continuous cycle. Some albums are meant to be heard all the way through, beginning to end, right? So I started about halfway through, I got to the other end, and by the time I was done with that album, I was like, this is a certified classic. I mean, this is a landmark album. This album is there's so much in there, not just in terms of blues, but you can even see the influence extend into, say, the Allman Brothers, which actually, let's do that one next. Check this out. On that same Junior Wells album, there's a song called You Don't Love Me, Baby, and I said, that sounds familiar. And of course, because the Allman Brothers have done a wonderful version of that song for years. So I have that here, I'm pulling it up now. It is also in the key of A. You don't love me, pretty baby. You don't love me, yes I know. You don't love me, pretty baby. You don't love me, yes I know. But if you leave, pretty baby, oh, don't you know you're gonna hurt me so? I'm gonna tell my mother, I wanna talk to my father too. I'm gonna tell my mother, I'm gonna talk to my father too. Well, I'm gonna tell everybody what those young girls do to you. Fucking, just classic Allman Brothers. Greg Allman, wonderful singer. And that comes from that Hoodoo Man Blues album. I actually think that's Buddy Guy playing that. Playing the guitar riff on that song, and it's just incredible. It's not a very high fidelity album. That's the only unfortunate thing I can say about it, but just what a landmark of an album. And Junior Wells is just such a character. It took me a long time to get around to Junior Wells because, like many great artists, you think, okay, Junior Wells, I want to learn about this guy. Let me hear some of his stuff. And you go on Spotify and you're going to find, Hoodoo Man Blues is on there, but I don't know. Sometimes it really takes a couple of solid albums for me to get into somebody. And you know what? To be fair, I probably just never gave it a fair chance. Kilgore, and by the way, I meant to say this earlier. If you guys are recommending songs, this is a blues channel, so recommend, if you're going to ask for songs, it has to be, rock and roll, doo-wop, blues, that type of thing. Kilgore Trout says, surprised you mentioned the Allman Brothers. Are you? Are you surprised I mentioned the Allman Brothers? Because I have a Les Paul with a medicine bottle style slide, so you can see where my influences lie. I love the Allman Brothers, Kilgore. I spent countless hours listening to the Allman Brothers, trying to play slide just the way that Dwayne did. Okay, thank you, Kaylin. I appreciate that. You have a wonderful night. Polywhirl asks, what happened to your other mic? I don't have another mic, unless you mean the one that I used to record from the phone, and it's broken. I need to get a new piece for it. Minnie the Moocher. Okay, now that's something that's in the realm of reality for me. Unfortunately, I don't know that song. I know of that song. Yep, this is definitely going on the deleted live streams. And speaking of the Allman Brothers, why don't we go ahead and take a crack at Stormy Monday in the key of G. Again, C harmonica, great for this. They call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesdays are just as bad. Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Wednesday's worse, Thursday's also sad. I'm running out of time here. Or am I? Or am I just not doing the timing right? Thursday's also sad. No, I just figured it out. This is not the version that I normally do. I was like, what's going on? Hold on, time out. Roll it back. Hold it. I need the Tom Wall. You guys are about to get the Lucky Frank Tom Wall unofficial. There it is. That's what I was looking for. stormy Monday, but Tuesday it's just as bad. Well, they call it stormy Monday, but Tuesday it's just as bad. Wednesday's worst, and Thursday's also sad. Eagle flies on Friday. Saturday I go out to play. The eagle flies on Friday. Saturday I go out to play. Sunday I go to church. Well, Lord, and I'll kneel down and pray. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on me. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on me. Somebody find my baby. Please send her home to me. Easy to get lost in that one. Very emotional song, The Stormy Monday. T-Bone Walker. Although I originally first heard that from Sonny Boy Williamson II. Ah, Kilgore, don't be retracting messages. I saw that. All right. They're talking about Blues Brothers here. I'm just catching up on the chat. Tony B says, I heard Nickelback on the classic rock station the other day and realized I'm getting old. I don't think that they count as classic rock, but you guys remember that song that Nickelback did? It was it plays at the end, at the credits of the original Spider-Man, the 2002 Spider-Man. That was funny. I like that song. How does that song go? That song goes like, it's like, I'm I'm so high, I can hear heaven. You guys know that one? You guys know that one. Come on. I'm so high, I can hear heaven. Oh, but heaven, no heaven, don't hear me. Why did everyone hate Nickelback so much? I didn't particularly like them, but why did everyone hate them? That's what I want to know. What did they do? What did they do? What did they do? Who did they do it to? Who did they hurt for them to be so universally hated? Again, I'm not listen, I'm not standing up for them. I'm not saying what they did was great. I just want to know. I'm asking because I don't know. What did Nickelback do to be hated so much? Kilgore Trout says, I'm going to learn Wish You Were Here on the harp. It's straight harp, but still sounds nice. That was my message, but I misplaced something. Okay. What was, yeah, no, I'm just kidding around. I always, it's funny to me when people retract messages. I'm like, what did you say? Damn, nose been running all fucking day. And my heart. Well, heartburn, not my heart. Just heartburn. I hope. I fucking hope. This fucking thing. You don't play a backing track for 20 seconds, that thing just won't shut up. That's what they did wrong. They were too damn popular. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so Wish You Were Here. What key would that be in? D or G? I feel like that's a G. How I wish you were here. I'm trying to remember the start of that song. I can't remember how it starts. Guys, what are we doing here? Seriously. Tony B says it's in C sharp. That sounds kind of fucked. That doesn't sound right, but I trust you. I trust you, Tony. Still trying so hard to love the Marine Band Deluxe. It's like trying to... It's not good. Drifting like a ship out on the sea. Four, 5, in hill 6. I do, Tyrone. I do. I really do. And I feel very alone in this opinion. I feel very isolated. I do. I like the... Jesus fucking Christ with this thing. I like the original. The real deal. Look at that. Got a whole set of them here. Every time I try to stray away from the Marine Band, it doesn't end up very well for me. Even the crossover is just okay. I mean, here's the thing. You compare the Marine Band Deluxe to pretty much anything else, and it's pretty damn good. But you compare it to the Marine Band original, and something is still lacking. Tony B asks, you know Optimistic Thought by Blues Traveler? That's definitely one you would like. I do not. I do not know that one. Maybe I would like it. Kilgore Trout says I have to try one. Here's what I don't understand. How do you play harmonica but you haven't tried a Marine Band? That's scary to me. Aren't you scared that you're missing out? You know, when Harpo, and God bless him for doing this, when Harpo sent me that Suzuki Bluesmaster, one of the immediate thoughts that came to my head while I was playing that harmonica, I thought, how could anyone play this? Imagine if that's what you thought a harmonica was. Imagine if that's what you thought the reeds were supposed to feel like. You might as well give up. I don't know. I couldn't believe, because I've tried the Harpmaster. There wasn't even a discernible difference in fact, if anything, the Harpmaster played better because they didn't come out of the box with all the issues that the Bluesmaster had. But I just kept thinking, because Harpo says that they're one of his favorite harps and he plays them all the time. And I just think, imagine that's what you're playing through. It's insane to me. It's absolutely insane. There's no, like, it's just not right. It's just not right. The dimensions are wrong. Yeah, please do, Kilgore Trout. You have to, man. I've had more than one person say that oh, I never even. One guy commented the other day on a video that was like, he said something along the lines of, Frank, I was gonna buy something else, but you convinced me to give the Marine Band a try. What do you mean give the Marine Band a try? This is the real deal, man. You should try this before you try anything else. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an elitist or anything, but I don't know how you guys are walking around playing these harmonicas, you know? I guess the Suzuki Manji is pretty okay. I like the Manji. I like the Manji a hell of a lot better than the Blues Master, that's for damn sure. But yeah, that was just my thought. I just thought, man, anyone out there that's not playing a Marine Band, they're probably just going to give up, or they're just not going to get very far. They're just not going to get very far because, I don't know, it's got to be a Hohner at least for me. It's got to be. I just can't believe how bad that Blues Master came out of the box. Tony, I don't know Blues Traveler because I have no use for them. I have no need to know Blues Traveler. I'm still scratching the surface of classic blues, just barely. Yeah, Tyrone, East Tops are nice for the money. I'll give you that. East Tops are very nice for the money. But East Top is like something you should buy where you're like, now let me see if I like harmonica. And then when you play it and you're like, oh, this rocks, then you should shoot for a Marine Band, I think. I tried the East Top again recently, and it was not as good as I remember it being. But yeah, look at this. This is a big river harp. This is not a great harmonica, okay? This is very, very average Hohner harmonica, big river, MS series with a blues harp comb. This, to me, which is cheaper than the Blues Master, plays miles ahead of the Blues Master because everything is right where it needs to be. The feeling of the reed is there, even though the reed plates are recessed, believe it or not. It's kind of, I mean, because of the comb, you would assume that they're not, but they are. They are recessed in there, a couple, a centimeter or two. Even this, to me, plays miles better than the Blues Master. I just don't understand. And same thing with the East Top. East Top is not an amazing harmonica, but at least everything is where it's supposed to be. Oh God, I'm having trouble talking. This is going to be the end here. Any updates on that B-flat Lee Oscar? Yeah, I'll give you an update. It fucking sucks. What do you want me to tell you? It's a bad harmonica. Same thing about Lee Oscar. I see people. There's this guy at the jams. He plays Lee Oscars. And he's not a bad player. He's really not a bad player. He can bend. He has some level of fluency on the instrument. But I just look at that case of Lee Oscars and I think, this poor guy. This poor guy doesn't know what he's missing. Or maybe he does. I don't know. I also think some people have had bad experiences with Marine Bands from the 90s to the 2000s, and that's understandable. But what you have to understand is that Hohner has really upped their game. Go watch the Jason Ritchie video. Go watch the Jason Ritchie video where he takes a look at the Special 20, the Blues Harp, and the 1896. It gives them all pretty good reviews. Yeah, Tony, I don't have anything against Blues Traveler. It's just, like I said, I'm just barely understanding and getting a feel for Chicago blues or Delta blues. Blues Traveler is so far away from what I'm into. I also just don't like relatively new bands. I know that they're 25 years old, apparently, but to me, they're still a new band, and new bands just suck. Like, every modern musician is just dog shit. Like, there will never again be another Jimi Hendrix. There will never again be a Jim Morrison. There will never again be the Beatles. That was because the state of music has changed. It doesn't matter. Here's the fact. There's many people out there right now who are just as good as the great leading frontmen of all time, it doesn't matter because there's absolutely zero demand for that type of music. I mean, there's like like when the Aerosmith cover band comes into town, I'm sure all the old people get dressed up and go out for the night. You know what I mean? Just saying. There will never again. I could practice harmonica as hard as I can the rest of my life, and I will not amount to so much as a pimple on little Walter's ass. That's just the truth. That's the truth. Blues is a very well-established genre. There is no, yeah. So, and when I think of anything past even the 80s, even the 70s, it's just not something that I'm interested in. Now, that being said, I could be totally wrong. Like, you put me in a room, lock the door, and play Blues Traveler for 12 hours, it might become my favorite band. I'm not saying otherwise. I'm sure John Bobbitt says Popper is a shredder. I'm sure he is. I have great respect for John Popper. Is that guy still alive? Can somebody check if that guy's still alive? Somebody do a welfare check on John Popper for me. You know, I mean, listen, a man with that frame, as they say, does not live to see 60. That was an insensitive comment. I just want to go ahead and take that back. But you guys know what I mean. I mean, that guy lived the blues life, you know? Okay, Bradley Stone asks, Special 20 versus Marine Band. Well, Marine Band. Marine Band all the way. I do have a special... do I? A Special 20 here somewhere. Got a Special 20 in A. The Special 20 is a good harp. It's not bad. Compared to my Marine Band in A. Here's the problem that... Here, let me put it to you this way. This is a perfectly fine, perfectly suitable, perfectly functioning professional instrument. My problem with it, one, is the plastic comb. Two, I don't like how it looks. Look at this. Looks like a children's toy. They didn't even write Honer on the back. What the fuck is wrong with them? Why would you not put Honer on the back? Recessed reed plates, the cover plate design is not too interesting, but none of that matters. Here's what matters. Everything about the reed slot, shape, size is there. It's where it needs to be, but it doesn't have the oomph. And I think that comes from two things. I think that comes from having the reeds right up top where they're not recessed. You know, the rivet is right there, which, by the way, Jake Knows Harmonica, apparently he got hacked. He started a new channel, and he was saying how the reed plates that are not, what the fuck was I just saying? Embossed, when the reeds are not recessed into the plate, he says that they have a sharp feel. It's something that I never even considered. Anyway, it doesn't have the oomph. I think that comes from having the reeds up top here so that you have just a little bit more control, and also from the wooden comb. I mean, honestly, it's very little difference. I'm gonna say this is a great harmonica. I do love the Special 20. I just don't like how it looks. I don't like the design of it, but it plays just fine. I think this is a great, and you know, oh, that heartburn. It's when you drink straight whiskey, you're just asking for trouble. What I do love about the plastic comb is the ability to take it apart. You guys know I suffer a lot from not being able to take the Marine Bands apart. That's one of the biggest issues that I have with them. The Special 20, even though it has these kind of retarded screws that are these even the screws that it comes with? I thought that they were the star type. Maybe I'm thinking of another. Some harmonica has that, like the little ninja star thing. These might be different screws. I don't know. Can somebody let me know now? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I swear they used to have that little ninja star on them, but I hate those. I hate those. Otherwise, it's great, easy to take apart, good to do maintenance on them. You know, you can take them apart, soak and scrub the reed plates with distilled white vinegar, put it back together, and it's a completely clean and shiny reed plates and all that. So I like it. It's just, I really do get a little more oomph out of the Marine Band. It's just it's power. And it's also the vibration. The vibration is so important. That's one thing I did not get from the Blues Master. Now there is a beautiful suggestion. Tyrone says, try the Blue Moon combs for the special 20s. Yes. Tyrone says, try the Blue Moon combs for special 20. Kilgore Trout, they did have the Ninja Star. I have some with that screw. Okay, so I probably just changed these. I probably just changed them out from under harmonica. But yeah, I don't like the screws. I really struggle to get the little star, the Ninja Star thing on there. John Bobbitt, he says, you get an ultrasonic cleaner. I'm not going to, and let me tell you why. I saw the video of Jason Ritchie cleaning his harmonicas with the ultrasonic cleaner. If you've ever cleaned a harmonica that's very dirty to any capacity, you'll know that the residue on there is disgusting, and I guarantee you an ultrasonic cleaner is not going to clean out your harmonicas. It might get some of the dirt out, but if you want your brass to be sparkling new like the day that you bought it, is there really 36 people watching right now? That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane to me. Like, seriously, that is fucking insanity. 36 people. Are you joking me right now? That can't be right. Anyway, yeah, an ultrasonic cleaner I just don't think will get... You know, I'm very shocked. I follow the harmonica subreddit. People all the time are like, how do I clean my harmonica? And someone goes in the comments is like, yeah, dish soap and warm water. Like, what? What the fuck? Dish soap and warm water? Are you out of your fucking mind? I would never. I would fucking never, man. Distilled white vinegar all the way. Why would you use anything else? Distilled white vinegar, a clean toothbrush, and distilled water. Those are the three things you need to clean your harmonica. This idea, this notion of putting soapy water on your reed plates, I mean... And I've tried that, just to be very clear. I have tried that, and the harmonica reed plates get stained. They get, like, mineral deposits on them. It's gross. It's unappealing. Why am I even talking about... Oh, John Bobbitt said, get an ultrasonic. Okay, shit, I gotta catch up. So somebody mentioned about the Blue Moon combs, and I do love them, and I got... Right here, let me show you. One of these. Hang on. Here we go. The Honer Big River I got here. Oh, there goes the microphone. Well, that's a good thing about that HB52. They say you can hammer nails with it all day. Come back and it'll still cut dead center on target. Okay, so here we go. Big River Harp. Cheap harmonica, but still made in Germany. And I have a custom comb here. Now, this is not Blue Moon. Who was it that said that? Blue Moon... Tyrone says to try the Blue Moon combs. I haven't tried them. They all look beautiful. I actually just saw one posted on the Reddit today. This is the Andrew Zajac custom comb. And, sorry, I was trying to fix the lighting a little bit there. Well, I guess this lighting isn't ideal, but it's a beautiful comb. I have 3 of these, actually. One in dark blue, which is this one. Then I have one in wine red. And, let's see here. So I have here a blues harp. This is my G. It's one of my best Gs. Cover plates are pretty faded, but this is the cream colored comb, and you can see the gloss on it. It's just beautiful. It's just a gorgeous comb. It feels good to drag your tongue across. If you're a tongue blocker, if you do a lot of stuff with your tongue when you play, you're going to really enjoy that. And it also just makes them play better. I think these are definitely better than the stock combs for either the blues harp or the Big River. It's a nice little upgrade. It's not a life-changing upgrade. It's not going to change your life, but I think if you put a custom comb, look, this is the Big River. This is a cheap harp. If you guys know what the Big River is, it is made in Germany, but it's pretty much the cheapest of their offerings. And I love the Big River. To me, the Big River plays better than the Blues Master and many others. Plays better than a Lee Oscar, that's for fucking damn sure. Oof, I think that's up too loud. I need to turn the gain down. It's a little dirty. Tyrone says, I just use alcohol wipes. Well, now that's a better idea. That's a better idea to use alcohol wipes. That's a much better idea. Certainly, that's a better idea than warm, soapy water. Is there really... Can somebody tell me if there's really 40 people watching? I'm trying to imagine in my head what 40 people... Don't you guys have anything better to do? That's what I'm asking. John Bobbitt says the MS class harps are good. Yes. I love the MS, and I love that you can interchange all the parts on them. Like I said, actually, funny story that you can interchange the parts. I say this is a Big River. It's actually not. It's an MS set of reed plates with the Andrew Zajac comb and Big River harp cover plates. So this is actually like sort of it's a parts caster, if you will. And I love that. Never throw away your old harmonica pieces. You never know when you'll be able to need them. I have a drawer right here. It is just filled with combs of all kinds, screws, reed plates, cover plates. Like, it's a mess in there, but I never throw anything away because you can always rebuild. Look, I got some cover plates there. You can always rebuild. Look at this. This is one of the first Marine bands that I ever bought, ever. Look at that faded Hohner logo. Look at that. This might be the first C that I ever had. Look at how fucking dirty that thing is. Look at that. But I'm not throwing it away because one day I might be a harpsmith and I'll put a little bit of work into it. Tony says, yes, 40 losers are in attendance. That's you guys watching. Wait, it's 37 now. Richard Larson, thank you for joining us. John Bobbitt, if I didn't welcome you already, thank you guys. I gotta be honest, you guys made my night. I had one of those midday naps, and when I woke up, I was like, God damn, I hate my life. Which is not a new feeling for me, but it never gets any easier to deal with. Zachary Lee says, I was playing mine while I was watching you. Jordan M asks, do you like King Gizzard? Heard of them, heard good things about them, don't know anything about them. Dude, I started off this stream, I was like shivering from how cold it was. And all that whiskey that I put into me just got me, I'm hot now. Like, it's hot in here now. Our heat fucking sucks. I just bought an electric blanket. Something I never thought I'd have to do in California, but you'd be surprised. Richard Larson, I think I already welcomed him. Jordan M. Jay Perry, Greg Gilliam, John Bobbitt. I'm just saying all the names. I feel like you have to acknowledge people, you know? Like, if I was watching a live stream, part of the entertainment for me would be to, be able to interact with the person streaming. This is interesting. Jordan M says, he's the guy who asked about King Gizzard. He says, their harp player Ambrose Kenny Smith rips, man. Great harp work in their music. Well, thank you for mentioning that. I actually didn't know that they had a harp player. I was aware of them. I had heard of them, but I just, yeah. Gem Up says it's cold in Huntington Beach. Dude, it's cold where I am, man. I'm in Valley Center on the outskirts of Escondido, I guess. And it just has been so goddamn cold. What made me buy the electric blanket is I kept losing the feeling in my hands and feet because I think I have bad circulation from the abuse of drugs and alcohol. And so my feet are always just like blocks of ice. They're just cold. I can't feel them, especially when I'm wearing cowboy boots, man. And I finally bought an electric blanket. It's been the best purchase that I've made of the last year or two. My cat loves it, dude. My cat loves that blanket. He goes right up to it. He starts going like this. John Bobbitt's in Venice. Beautiful. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
You guys know what this microphone sounds like to me?
Pull over to the right, step out of the vehicle.
That's what this microphone sounds like to me.
Pull over!
Now there's a good suggestion. Tyrone says start taking cayenne pepper. Those are the kind of suggestions I like because that's the kind of suggestion that can actually make a difference. Thankfully, I don't need cayenne pepper. I just drank a whole bottle of... Where is that whiskey, by the way? Where is it? It decides to hide from me because it does not want to be killed, but I will take you down, sir. Aha! Son of a bitch thought he could hide from me. Got another thing coming. All right, well, I just want to dedicate this to everybody watching. Again, I was having I was like literally pissed off when I turned on this live stream. I was like, fuck it. I guess I'll just scream angry songs. And I started off on an angry song, V8 Ford Blues, which is a song about a man who wants to kill somebody. And he wants to get away with it too. So he's working out the whole funeral and medical examiner things. And then by the time I talk to a few of you guys, I'm not feeling as bad. What is downstream from mic, amp or DAW? John, could you please elaborate on that? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, my dear viewer. I'm not sure how to respond to that. What is a downstream from mic? Oh, is this noise bothering you guys? Maybe I should turn this off. Knocking everything over. Here we go. You sure did, Kilgore. Tony B says, I live in my car in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's like living in an igloo, but my igloo has heated seats and whiskey. All right. Well, cheers, buddy. You know, in all honesty, can we just, everyone watching this, take a moment to appreciate Tony's plight, his struggle, because I've actually been there before, living out of my car, and it was not good. You know, you get up in the morning, you have to go poop at Starbucks, and the Starbucks people hate you because as far as they're concerned, you're literally just a bum. I feel you, Tony. I really do, man. I'm a driver. That's what my job is. And every single day in California, I see homeless people everywhere, and they're getting younger. The other day, I saw a guy, he looked just like me. He was actually younger than me, I'm pretty sure. And he was with his girlfriend on the side of the interstate. Well, the exit, like when you exit off of the highway. And you know what the truth is? That's going to be me in the future. And I'm not kidding. I wish that I was. I can only live here for so long. I'm 27 years old, and it's not looking good. Damn it, Tony. You brought me down again, you son of a bitch. But cheers, bud. Sometimes I think I'm just going to quit my job and be a homeless person, because that's going to happen sooner or later. Oh, okay, John Bobbitt here. Sorry, I forgot. So earlier he asked, what's downstream from the mic? Amp or DAW? And I asked him to clarify. He says, mic into audio interface or into a guitar or bass amp? Okay, so the mic goes into... Thank you for clarifying, John. The microphone goes into... I'm not going to be able to... I don't want to show you guys my room because it's a mess. But here, let me show you. This is actually my secret to get that tone, if anyone wants to know. I struggle a lot to chase tone, and I was fortunate enough just to experiment with what I had around the house, and I managed to get a decent harmonica tone. This is a Hohner HB52 microphone. It goes right into this TC Electronic fuzz pedal. It's called Honey Pot Fuzz. Please keep note of the settings. This is very important. Each one of these knobs has to be exactly where it is. If not, it won't sound good. In fact, I could even show it to you if well, it's not plugged in anymore, so actually I can't. But it goes into this, and then from this directly into a Fender Frontman 15G. If you can believe that, I promise you I'm not lying. Oh. That was a straight whiskey burp. If I held a lighter up to my mouth with that burp, a fireball would have come out. Yeah, you're right, Tony. Most homeless people do have it a lot worse. That's kind of what I have to remind myself of, is like, even though I probably will be there at some point, I like to think that at least living out of the car, you know, but I don't know, man. Because my thing is, once you're homeless, how do you pay for car repairs? How do you pay for... because I could do it for like a few months, but I think at a certain point what would happen is something catastrophically wrong would happen to the car and I wouldn't have any money to fix it and I would be forced to essentially abandon the car wherever it was. Um, Damn, this is really fucking bumming me out, dude. But it's true. It's just the reality. It's just the reality. Fuck, Tony. Tony, can you add me on Instagram? I would love to talk to you, man. Like, you seem like you could help me out. That really bummed me out just thinking about that. Because it's true. Like, I will have to be there eventually. One way or another. Anyway. Oh, that's not plugged in anymore. Okay. All right. Acoustic sesh. Acoustic sesh. You guys hear that little riff I just did? Take it and run with it if you will, but or please don't. But that's one of the only original songs that I've ever written. And it's not actually a song; it's just that intro. But I think it's so pleasing, and I like it. So I just play that for you guys again. Something like that. It kind of reminds me of like an innocent Peggy Lee song, like one of those 50s singles about love. And it just that's just like the beginning of it, you know? Jordan asks, having trouble moving my mouth. If you guys didn't know, it's my first time being drunk in a little bit. This is in the key of A, Jordan. John Bobbitt says, you need a Texas Shuffle about now. Yes, I do. Yes, sir. Seriously, if somebody can find a Texas Shuffle in the key of A as a backing track, I would love you so much. I've been on the hunt. Somebody help me. Somebody. Okay. Richard Larson says, hang on. Richard Larson says, that mic into a front man actually sounds surprisingly okay on its own. I've got the same setup. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, yes. As my friend Jerry would say, kind of, but not so much. Yes, it sounds okay going straight into the frontman, but I'm telling you, the secret sauce, the juice, is this. And please, again, these exact same settings. You cannot fuck with the settings. It has to be on these settings. I have a short on the channel, and the harp key is A. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I'm already having memory loss. I don't know if I answered that question or not. Zachary Lee, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I Know You Shook Me, Babe has a pretty good harmonica solo. You know you shook me. You shook me all that long. I know you really did, babe. Dude, I wish I could sing like Robert Plant. What a voice. What a voice on that guy. Okay, Tony says, well, I have a job. I work and claw my way out of hell every day. I can't be lazy. See, that's the thing. You can't be lazy in this life. You really can't. The only people who survive are the people with that go-get-em attitude. That's what I call it, go-get-em. Because I've known a lot of people like that. When I was in high school, there was burnouts, such as myself, and there was go-get-ems. There was people who knew what they were going to do after high school. They had a plan, a mindset. Now, a career is something I never particularly cared for, but I do wish that when I was in high school, I had just branched out a little more. I don't know, made some connections. I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. What was I replying to? I was replying to somebody. Oh, right, yes. So that's the thing about this life is you have to work. And for me, I just think I'd rather kill myself than put in as much work as is necessary to live. You know, like the amount of work necessary to just to survive, to pay your bills, have some food, have a beer, you know, go to Burger King, not Burger King, fuck Burger King, go to In-N-Out. The amount of effort that it takes just to have an okay life is, to me, it's just not worth it. Like, I'd rather, if someone put a Smith and Wesson 45 in front of me, I'd rather just shoot myself in the head than put in the effort necessary to live a life, if that makes sense. It's just not it, like just there's not I mean, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there's just not enough good in this life to make it worth it. In my experience, everything has been shitty and people suck. The world sucks. This whole life might not even be real. It's probably just a dream. I don't know what to tell you guys. Check this out. What Wago Howard Hanahu says, fun. So you join or start a band, quit your job and follow your dream. I'll take a shot to that one, brother. Hell yes, dude. That fucking rules. This shot is for Wago Howard Hanahu. Good thing that bottle is empty. Tyrone, you're more than welcome to be my bassist. Jordan M says, I was an IT guy turned carpenter. Weird shit. Tony B says, I was a burnout too, but I gotta survive. But that's what I'm saying, Tony, is you have the attitude. Look, Tony, I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. If I was in your position, I would kill myself. That's just the truth. And don't tell me you're out of whiskey, because now you're breaking my heart. I'm out of whiskey too, actually. So I feel your pain, Tony. Tony, please don't kill yourself. I was just telling you what I would do if I was in your position, but you don't have to do that. You're stronger than me, hopefully. What a fucked up life. Tony's living out of his car, guys. That's just fucked. I don't know. And you know, that's the truly ironic thing is I am luckier than most. You know Andre, some of you guys know him, good friend of the channel. He lives in a war-torn country. And he cannot fathom, he cannot understand why I would be unhappy. And to be honest, I wish I could say something against that, but I don't blame him. He's right. Why, you know? Tony B says, nah, I don't die. Guys, don't you guys have anything better to do? Listen. I take one crack at the manji and it just wants to take a shit in my mouth. Now I hate my life. Baby, I wanna kill myself. Now and I hate my life. Baby, I wanna kill myself. I can't blame that woman and I can't blame anybody else. Sorry, I was going to finish that verse, but I've been having some esophageal issues with, I just can't swallow water, food, and anytime I play, sometimes like stuff is like coming up. I think it's called like acid reflux or some one of those things. It happens a lot when I'm drinking, especially. So, guys, what are we talking about in the chat here? Well, Tony, I just want to say, if you were outside my house, I would bring you a blanket right now, man. Like, I just, genuinely, that hurts me. Like, nobody should have to, Like, why is this life? Ugh, whatever. Tyrone says, in all caps, "Stop talking about killing yourself, please." Tony, don't try to play Mr. Tough Guy with me. I've tried to sleep in my car, and I know that 3 blankets don't cut it, pal. John Bobbitt says, blues music should be therapy. Should, could, would. Can I get a vote right now? Should I upload this ridiculous live stream, or should I just keep it private? Just keep this little moment between us. Jay Perry asks, do you jam with anybody? Yeah, a few times a week I get out to the local music scene. Usually it's a brewery or some kind of open mic jam type setting. And yeah, I do. It's better to jam with people than to jam alone. One thing I've learned about being a musician, you can't do it all by yourself. Like me, for example, I cannot realistically play guitar in a live, if I had to play even just the shuffle, leading a band, I would fall apart, because having to sing and think of the beats at the same time, it would just kill me. I wanted to show you guys this song. This is a single by Sonny Boy Williamson. I'm trying to think. It's one of two. John Bobbitt thinks I should wait until 3 p.m. To what? Kill myself? Kill myself? Nice one, Tony. Kilgore Trout says, my good friend killed himself when we were 23. Destroyed his family and many friends. Yeah. I remember I had a good friend. A kid that I grew up with and I went to school with when I was a young man, a young boy. His name was Ryan Libby, and I think it was 2020, so however old I was then, I would assume somewhere between the ages of 19 and 22. I can't do the math in my head. But he killed himself, and I remember the last few times that we hung out with him, I specifically remember he didn't have anything to say. He was there, he was hanging out with us, but he was just hanging out with us. He didn't have anything to contribute. And I remember when my friend told me, did you hear about Ryan? And how fucked up is this? My first thought was, oh my God, he did it. Because that's what I think about all day, but he actually did it. He didn't just think about it, he did it. And as hard as that was, I don't blame him. I really don't, because that's what this life does to you. Whatever Ryan was suffering through, that was the only solution out. I mean, some people don't want to hear that. It's not nice to talk about. But if you reconcile, I can just see the viewers drop the more I talk about people killing themselves. But that is the truth, this life just breaks you down, and I don't blame him, is all I'm saying. I really don't blame him. And Ryan was a beautiful human being, man. I can tell you guys, I'm gonna be brought to tears thinking about this. I used to sit next to him, on school field trips and stuff. I remember going with him to Knott's Berry Farm when we were both in band. He played the trombone and I played the alto saxophone. But I don't blame him. I really don't blame him for what he did, because that's what this life does to you. And I don't blame him at all for what he did. I wish I had the strength to do the same. Because now I think about it and I think, as much as I miss Ryan, he didn't have to live through this horrible life. He didn't have to live through this apocalyptic future. He never even saw the COVID pandemic. He spared himself from that. So, you know, as much as I would have liked to hang out with Ryan one last time, ultimately, I don't blame him for what he did, and I'm sure he had his reasons. I don't know what his reasons were, but I know he had his reasons. And I think we need to respect that. I think there's a real attitude about people killing themselves. But the truth is, if somebody wants to kill themselves, you should just let them. You should just let them. I mean, unless you know, by some miracle you have some magical power that will fix their life. If you do, please do that. But otherwise, you know, I think a lot of people, that's just the better option, you know. And it's not nice to think about, but sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat here. Jam Up asks, "Hey Frank, what's your favorite guitar?" Mine is either a Fender Squier or, and then he never finished that thought. My favorite guitar would have to be a Gold Top Les Paul. I had one once, not a real one, it was a Chinese knockoff, but it was a beautiful guitar. Are we really out of whiskey? Son of a fucking bitch. Okay, Tony B says, "Nah, stop that suicide talk. I know people in the worst case scenarios that are hanging on and fighting their ass off to succeed." Tony, what you need to understand, my friend, is that I don't doubt you. I believe you. I'm sure that you do know people who are going through the toughest times. What you need to understand is most people don't have that resilience, okay? Most people get to a certain point and they say, this is not worth it, I would rather not live. Or at least that's how I feel. So, again, I'm sorry, I stand by my statement. That's something I feel very strongly about. I think euthanasia should be legalized everywhere. I think if you genuinely want to end your life, that should be free and that should be legal. I mean, you're helping everyone else out. You know, we don't need any more people on this planet. Believe me. They should have a government system for people like that. You know, people who think, well, there's just nothing else to live for. Let them. If they want to, just let them. If I wanted to kill myself, you should let me. Again, unless you hold some magical power that's going to fix all the problems. Kilgore Trout says he was too deep in his head to hang out. Too bad. Rest in power, Ryan. And now I have random people commenting on the suicide of my friend. Well, that's okay. Richard Larson says, I'm one of them. We were talking about people who should just kill themselves. Well, Richard, I can't say anything. I don't know you. The dude says, I'm twice your age and lost many. I almost died this fall. It's only when you've seen the Grim Reaper up close you cling back to life. Again, dude, I just have to mention to you, when you came close to death, there must have been a moment that made you realize sort of, oh my God, this is worth living. This is beautiful. This is life. This is all we have. I myself, unfortunately, have never had that. I have to assume that's how you felt, because otherwise, why would you get so close to death and then come back gloriously to life, right? So again, I believe you. I just think you have something to live for, and I don't. to put it bluntly. John Bobbitt, creativity is generating new life. I am way behind. Jordan, thank you for joining us. He says, well, I gotta head out, man. Check out King Gizzard. For sure, Fishing for Fishy's album and the song It Got Old. Richard Larson, it is the duty of artists to dive into the darkness and bring something tangible back for... Oops, what did I do? To heal themselves with. Here we go. Jay Perry says, it's not the better option, it's the last resort. And that's true. I would agree with you there. That's actually very true. Let's go back to that. So Jay Perry says, it's not the better option, it's the last resort. And he could not be more right about this. When somebody kills themselves, it's not because... It's because they have tried everything else, and in no possible future could they see a life. I'm struggling to come up with words right now because I'm drunk, but he makes a very valid point there. It is the last resort. When you're that desperate, when you hate your life that much, you hate everyone around you, you hate just having to exist. Just the fact of getting up in the morning and getting ready for work, even that is just too much. It is. It's the last resort. And it's not nice to think about how people get to that point. It's actually really sad, like when you really think about it. It is. That's what it is. It's the last resort. That's because you get to a point where that's the only option. You get to a point where you think, well, okay, I guess I'll just fucking kill myself. I wish I wasn't drunk for this conversation so that my speaking could be a little bit clearer. Having a little bit of trouble with my words here. But there's a very powerful message in what Jay Perry says. It's not the better option. It's only the last resort. And he is so true. Because I think if I ever kill myself, I don't want to kill myself. That's not what I want. It's just, that's what it comes down to. Like it's just, I tried everything else. Nothing works. Nothing is worth it. So Jay Perry has a very good point there. Jay Perry also says, sounds like you have talent, so you must have skills. Find what makes you happy and work at it. My friend Jay, I wish it was that easy. I wish it was. But once again, I would rather put a gun in my mouth and pull the trigger. It's just not worth it. Tony B says, I hope you're correcting the sadness you have. We were all born the same, and nothing should take that humanity from you. Well, actually, Tony, I would like to argue that, with all due respect, we are not all the same. Every person is born into different social and economic circumstances. And when you're born into those circumstances, that's the hand you were dealt, so to speak. In a poker tournament, you walk up to a poker game and they give you a hand of cards. That's what you got to work with. That's it. That's what you got to work with. Yeah, so Tony, I don't know what you were born with personally, but I know what I was born with, and it wasn't much of anything good. So I just wanted to get that out there. Tyrone Johnson says, in all caps, I love my friends and family. Too much to hurt them. Tyrone, that's a beautiful feeling. That's a beautiful thought. I empathize with that, and I think that's beautiful, genuinely. Me personally, I do not love my friends or my family, and I don't care if I hurt them. So that's just me personally. Tyrone, if you have family and friends that you care for, deeply. I think that that's a beautiful thing. And I think that that's something that we should all strive towards, to surround ourselves with people who care about us and who want to lift us up to be our best selves. So that's a very good point, Tyrone. Tyrone says, again, I love my friends and family too much to hurt them. And that's beautiful. That means you're a good person, Tyrone. You should be happy. Me personally, I hate my family. They're not good people. They have not treated me well. Neither has the world. Tony B says, King Gizzard is dope for real. Hell yeah, dude. D Unit says, bro, your chin's the Grand Canyon. Yeah, dude, I got a fucking butt crack in there, dude. That's a whole ass. If I shaved and you just zoomed in on that, that's a fucking ass. You can sell that on OnlyFans. Tony B. Here says a Papa Roach song. Here comes a Papa Roach song. Oh, I like this. Kilgore Trout says, when you kill yourself, you haven't tried everything, or you wouldn't be there. I like that. I like that. Me personally, if I was gonna kill myself, I wouldn't really take the time to try everything. I would just kill myself. But I do love this. I love the thought of that. That's a beautiful thought. Thank you, Kilgore. Tyrone Johnson says, you got to leave all 16 of us a parting gift. The parting gift is this live stream, my friend. Tony B, I was born homeless and still am. No silver spoon for me, but I'm hanging on. Tony B, my brother, I wish I had your strength. I really do. Again, it's just, I always just come back to, I'd rather just kill myself. Like, it's just not worth it to me. There's nothing magical, amazing. There's nothing juicy and beautiful about this life. To me, I enjoy alcohol. I like drugs. I don't care about family, friends. It's all bullshit to me. Maybe I haven't had a good family. Maybe I haven't had good friends. I don't know what to tell you guys. Honestly, I'm jealous. If that's your attitude, that life is beautiful, then I'm jealous of you. If you're one of those guys that's like, life is worth living, you should live your life, then I'm jealous of you. You won. You won and I lost. Hey, Kyron, how you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope your break was good. And then Zachary says, so if you're just learning how to play the harmonica, what's the best key to start on or number? Okay, so Zachary, if you want to learn harmonica, you're going to want to get a harmonica, a diatonic in the key of C. Sorry, again, we're struggling here. You're going to want a diatonic harmonica in the key of C. That's going to give you the most options, most of the instructional material available online. Richard Larson says, everyone says C, but I say A. I feel you, Richard. I do understand where you're coming from. That gastroesophageal reflux disease is no joke. Richard, I would agree with you. I prefer to play everything that I do on an A harmonica or a B flat. But if you're starting to learn, like Zachary said, you're really going to want to C, because all the instructional material on the internet is going to be for a C harmonica. So that would just be my suggestion. Now, that being said, I much prefer to play on an A, but I would have never made it that far if I hadn't started out on a C. Richard Larson says, the lower keys are easier to bend, but feel different than the upper keys. So if you plan on playing high keys eventually, go C. Beautiful advice there. Tyrone says, I like A also because E is an easy key to learn. So he's talking about cross harp there. And Richard Larson says, and yeah, the study material thing is valid. Yeah, so again, what's my favorite key of harmonica would be A or B flat. But if I was just starting, I would need a C just because I need to learn the material. Tony B. Oh, this is cool. Tony B says, life is a mystery. Don't give up before you figure it out, brother. My kids keep me going, honestly. I can't leave them no matter how many times I thought about it. Tony, that's fucking beautiful, man. That's fucking... I could never have kids, Tony, because if I had a kid, he would be just as much of a piece of shit as I am. And I would have to deal with that. So, I don't know if you saw my latest community post. One of the only good things I've done in my short time on this earth is that I didn't have kids. Thank God. I will not be responsible for another life. I won't put a child into the same situation that I was born into. Fuck this world. Fuck this planet. Fuck human beings. I would never bring a child into this world. That's cruel. That's cruel and unusual punishment. I didn't ask to be born. I know none of us did. But I would never bring a child into this fucked up, disgusting planet. I'm too drunk for this. I'm gonna have to delete this. But I do stand by what I said, God damn it. I wonder if I had kids, if that would make me want to live. I really don't think so, because here's the thing. You have a kid, he could be Hitler. He could be the next Hitler. Really, he could. He could. And that's just what I would expect out of my child. Something not good. I don't know what I would expect. I just know it would be something not good. Tony B says, it's okay. Kids do bad shit. I caught an arson charge at 11. Dude, I feel you, man. I was a shithead when I was a kid. Like, they try to pretend like kids don't know what's right and wrong. When I was a kid, I did a lot of fucked up shit, and I knew it was fucked up. So, I don't know, take that for what it's worth. I knew damn well what I was doing was wrong, and I did it anyway. I don't know. I just couldn't stand it. I just could not stand having kids, bringing them into this world, for them to likely be homeless and just live a very bad life. No. Again, I take pride in having not had kids. If I die right now from a heart attack from years of stimulant abuse, at least one good thing came out of my life. I didn't continue the cycle. I didn't spawn kids to live miserable lives, you know? This live stream is disgusting. I don't know why you guys are watching. I'm a terrible person. I feel ashamed. Richard Larson says, lol. I had one of those too, about the same age. Kyron says, overblows bring happiness. Oh my God, I hope he's right. I hope he's right. I haven't gotten that first overblow, Kyron. Not yet. But one day. But you know what I have done, Kyron? I learned how to tongue block. Not fluently, but I can tongue block. Just not fluently. Oh man, Tony, don't even get me started. I don't even want to think about that. What a fucked up world we live in. My tongue blocking sucks too, man. I'm just saying I can do it. I can do it. I can. I am able to. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I can do it. I just learned. Yeah, Tony, you're a real tearjerker, dude. Wanted to think about this stream, talk about things that were not too serious. We ended up talking about my dead schoolmates and whatnot. Wago Howard Hanahu says, you are overthinking it. The world that is. You are young. Wait. Google Alan Watts. Buddy, don't make me fucking laugh, okay? Don't make me fucking laugh. I listened to Alan Watts when I was 13 years old, my friend. Zachary Lee, so what is the best way to clean this? Clean what? A harmonica? If you want to clean a harmonica, remove the reed plates from the comb, soak them in distilled white vinegar, scrub gently from the rivet to the reed end. Wash in distilled water. Distilled water. If you wash it in regular water, you will leave mineral stains. And then just let it dry out naturally. That would be my advice. I could be wrong. I have no way to prove to you that that's the right way. That's just what I believe in my heart. And when I see people say, I wash my harmonica reed plates with warm water and soap, my head just about explodes. I can't believe somebody would put their reed plates through that. It just has to be mentioned, you know. I am way too fucking drunk. This is great. Kilgore Trout says, you might have listened to Watts, but you didn't learn anything. You may be right. You may be right. Zachary Lee says, I have a beginner blues band, Honer International. Well, look, Zachary, I'm going to be honest with you. The blues band is not, it's not great. But actually, that's all that I can say. It's not great. Bigger Than Jesus says, listen to Tom Waits. Why the fuck do people keep fucking recommending me Tom Waits? Listen here, you little bastards. I love Tom Waits, okay? Nighthawks at the Diner, 1977. Hello? That's one of my favorite albums of all time. Or was it 1975? Listen, it's a beautiful album either way, and I love it. And how dare you? Bigger Than Jesus? How dare... I'm just kidding. Jay Perry, you know you gotta... You know what's a good jam? G. Giles' Full House. Give it a listen. Got to go. Take care. Have a good night, Jay. Take care, brother. Tony B says, Mama told me that harmonica was so mad because it had so many teeth but nothing to eat. Am I supposed to laugh at that, Tony? I'm laughing at how bad the joke is, not at the joke. I'm laughing at how bad the joke is. I love you. I love you, Tony. Zachary, it would be okay, but really, you want to get at the very least a special 20. At the very least, you're going to want to get a special 20, only because you're very likely to be discouraged because the reeds don't respond well enough. It's like I said, if everyone started off on a toy harmonica, nobody would get anywhere because they would think, well, I can't make this thing do anything. So it's not terrible, Zachary. I actually started off on very cheap toy harmonicas, but I would say get yourself an East Top T008K on Amazon. At the very least, that would be, you know, and a special 20, which again, we talked a lot of shit on the special 20 this live stream, but it's a good harmonica. It's not bad. It's one of the best that you can get. I personally don't like it just because of the recessed reed plates and the plastic comb, but you know, what are you gonna do? Tony B says, that's an Adam Sandler joke, so yeah, it's bad. Okay. I don't have anything too against Adam Sandler. It's so funny. My father hates Adam Sandler. I have no clue why, but he genuinely does. We're not American. We did not grow up in American culture, so I wonder if that might have something to do with it. I've seen some of Adam Sandler's work, and I don't feel any particular way about it. You know, he's got a couple of nostalgia hits, for sure. I haven't seen a lot of his work. I could not judge accurately. This is a fucked up world. This is a mean old world. Try living in it by yourself. Yeah, this is a mean old world. Listen, guys, I'm running out of battery. This live stream has been a disaster. Okay, I'm not even... Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. 100 minutes. Look at that. 100 minutes and 49 seconds. Freddie Armstrong, I hope you're being sarcastic, my good sir. Kyron, have a good night, man. Kilgore, really great live stream? I would say less than great. Go back and rewatch this. Tell me if you think that was a great live stream. Be well, everyone, says Kilgore Trout. Everybody say your goodbyes right now. You can get them down there in the chat. I'll shout you guys out as best as I can here. Anyway, look, all joking aside, I do appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, I was having I was in emotional distress when I turned this camera on. And talking to you guys made me feel not necessarily good, but better than I was before. So, Greg Gilliam says, "Take care, man. Tomorrow will be awesome." How do you know that, Greg? How could you possibly know that? Tomorrow could be a horrible day. But I love you anyway, Greg. Thank you. All right, Kilgore says, "Give us a proper ending." Play my brand new B flat here. I'm too drunk. I can't. I cannot do anything. I have to wish a good evening to everybody. I hope you all do well. Good evening, everybody. Tell me, how do you do? I'm out here by myself. Come out to welcome you. This morning, I just dropped in your town. This morning, I just dropped in your town. Well, I've been in a studio in my room, trying to knock these blues around.